guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. Today we're gonna get ready with me for Diwali. I miss Diwali so much. It's a festival of lights and we celebrated it back in India and I miss it so very much. So I wanted to create a Diwali look for you guys for 2021. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. So let's begin. I am keeping everything 100% real. So with all the pimples, all the acne, let's begin. So first of all, I'm gonna cover up the acne marks. For that, I'm gonna take my Danessa Vision Cream Cover, and this is in the shade N06. This is what I always use to cover up. And you need like a tiniest little bit for this. And I just dab it on like my Laurel brush and then just go over those marks. Because it's like a high pigment foundation, you definitely don't need much and it will cover everything. So as you can see, even on this side, like it's gone. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just cover all the redness, the acne bumps, the marks, just like that. Not looking for too much of the coverage on the rest of the face, but definitely on the marks I need it. And whatever is left, I'm going to put it right in the inner corner of the eye, wherever I have like deep set, like dark circles, just right there, just like that. And then for the center of the face, I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer, and I'm going to take a very tiny little bit and I'm just going to place it right where I have pores. So right here and in the center of my forehead. Basically the T-zone. And I'm just going to press it so that all the pores are like filled and we have like a smooth base to work with. For the foundation, I'm going to take my Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation, and this I'm in the shade Neutral Cashmere. And now I'm just going to take any foundation brush and just go over basically the areas where we did not cover it. And this is a very lightweight foundation. I would say it would give you like a medium coverage, and that's what we need, especially right in the center of the face. That's all that we need. And then for the concealer, I'm going to take my Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, and this is in the shade 145 Warm Beige. This is a tiny little bit on the darker side, but that's okay. I'm going to just concentrate it right in these two areas of the eye and on the center of my face. If you are my skin tone, this would be great for like spot concealing. Just go over. Whenever you're spot concealing, definitely tap over it rather than buffing it out. And for the eyes, just blend it across. And I'm gonna also prime the eyes with the same concealer. If you do celebrate Diwali, let me know. How are you celebrating this Diwali? Are you with your family, or is your family back in India just like me and you're missing them? Now for the under eyes, I'm going to take my One Size powder and I'm going to lightly dust it underneath my eyes and also on my eyelid. And this would smooth out a lot of like texture underneath the eyes, on top of the eyelid. That's it. I basically do apply that only underneath my eyes because I use it very sparingly. For the entire face, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Hour Foundation. And this is beautiful if you have texture. Again, stamp it on your face rather than swiping it. We basically are not looking for any glowy finish or anything. Especially when you have texture, we want to keep it matte. Okay, now let's finish off with our eyebrows. I'm going to use my Arches and Halo eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade Charcoal. and then just spoolie it through so that the product is evenly distributed. Now for the bronzer, I'm going to first take my cream bronzer from Candy Paint, and this is in the shade North Shore. I've used this multiple times on my channel and I absolutely love this product. I know I have powdered and I should have applied this before, but it's okay. I have applied this on top of the powder and it will work beautifully, so don't worry about that. It is super deep, so I'm just going to stamp the product first so that it can create like a shadow for me, and then start blending it. And I'll blend it towards my hairline just so that it is seamless and it blends into the skin very nicely. I'm going to use the same bronzer and do my nose contouring too. And when we have all that set, I'm going to take the same powder brush that I use with no additional product, and I'm just going to stamp it all over it, just so that if there's any like cream product deposit, it can all set. And it just softens everything up. Just like that. Now for the bronzer, I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario bronzer in the shade Medium Dark. I love the tone of it. I'm just gonna re-intensify and set my cream bronzer. And I'm doubling the product of cream and powder just so that it is long lasting and like long wearing. Now for my blush, I'm going to take my Pat McGrath Divine Blush in the shade Cherish. It's a beautiful, like a pink shade, like a warm pink shade. I'm going to take that and just put it right on my temples and then drape it down the cheeks. I love this shade. And I love that it doesn't emphasize texture too. Love it. Super nice. For the highlighter, I'm going to dip into this Ofra palette. It's my highlighting palette with all the shades in it. I'm basically going to take Rodeo Drive and Bali together, mix it both, and then apply that on my cheekbones. I just love it. I don't have words. Just like that. Now I'm just going to set my face with my e.l.f. setting spray. And meanwhile, when the face is setting, let's apply the lips. And for the lip liner, I'm going to take my Pat McGrath Permagel lip liner in the shade Living Legend. I actually want my dupatta to match the lips. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in the shade Candy Cane. I always forget how pepperminty it is. Just like that. I know it's super loud. But yeah, let's move on to the eyes. Now for the eyes, I'm basically going to use my Sigma Ambience palette. It's beautiful with those neutral tones and those sparkly shades. We'll see if we need to add anything more or less, but mainly I'm going to use this palette. I'm going to take the shade called Summer Solstice from the palette and apply that in my crease. I'm going to take the same shade and blow it out on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take the shade called Oasis from the palette and I'm going to deepen the outer and the inner corners with this. I'm going to slowly build so that I can create a halo eye. Now I'm going to dip into this shade, which is called Sunspot, and I'm going to intensify my outer and the inner corners with this shade. And I'm going to take the same blender brush and just blend everything together with no additional product. I'm going to put my NYX glitter glue just right in the center of my eyelid so that there's some kind of a tackiness. Not that you need it, but just because it's a festive look, I want an extra something on the eyes. Now I'm going to take this shade, which is called Marigold from the palette. I'm going to take that and plop it right in the center of my eyelid. Now you know what? When I'm putting this, I am actually missing a little more pink from my outfit on my eyes. So I am going to dip into another palette. Not that you need it, but yeah. I'm going to dip into my half-caked Your Eyes Only palette. Like any pink eyeshadow would do, but I know that this performs really good. So I'm going to take this pink. I'm going to take the same blending brush from Sigma, dip lightly into it, and then just melt this shade into that deeper brown shade. Very lightly, I just need like a hint of pink, but nothing too much. See how that gives a little more of a pink effect on the eyes. And just to intensify a tiny little bit more, I'm going to take that center shade from this palette. And this is a beautiful pinky goldy shade. I'm going to plop that right in the center. I love the way how the eyes have turned out. I'm going to finish my eyes with some liner and mascara. I'm basically going to use my Glamnetic lash, and this is in the style Live-In. I'm going to finish off my eyes and I'll get right back. Now for my waterline, actually I'm going to take my Essence But First Espresso eyeliner. I'm just going to tight line my waterline, and also on my lower lash line I'm going to take that same pink from the Half Cake palette, and I'm just going to blow it out. And then for my inner corners, I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to apply that right in the inner corners. Look at that. That popped my inner corners like crazy. And then, it's not stopping, right? I know. And then, just to top it off, I'm going to take my Morganite shade from my It's Belle Cosmetics palette. I'm going to just tap this right in the center just for something. And that's my final look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Diwali look that I created for you guys. I just wanted to play with some makeup because I was missing Diwali. And if you do celebrate Diwali, do let me know in the comment section below what is your favorite part when you think about Diwali. And that's all for today. If you did like this video, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!